What's going on, Twin Cities? This your boy Shay G, and welcome once again to another video / podcast about informing us about some of the myths and different things on purchasing a home. Now, I'm with Mr. Henry Rucker. He is the Housing and Financial Coaching Coordinator, and he has a lot of great information, man. How you doing today?
I'm good, brother. I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you so much for coming on the show. I know you're very busy doing the things that you do for the community. I would like to say thank you. So I'm gonna get straight to the point. So I have a lot of questions here for you because we do a lot of research, and thank you for the inboxes, thank you for the shares, the tags. We are trying to get all the information, and that's one thing you can do if you're new to this. Make sure you inbox us, comment on all the videos that you will see so that we can help get the information for you and educate you, which is the community. So that's what we need to do. So, brother, question number one is, what is financial coaching?
Very good question. It means different things to different people. What I tell people all the time, it's really taking an assessment of where you're at today and figure out what we need to do, either short-term or long-term, to get you ready for home ownership. So some people may come in and they might just need to be in the program for 3 to 5 months. Some people might come in and they might be in the program for up to 2 to 3 years. When they're in the program long-term, we call that home ownership capacity. Right, so homeownership capacity is a program that we run with the state of Minnesota Housing, and it's really a chance to get people a realistic, long-term chance of buying a house. So a lot of times when you walk into a lender and the lender says, yeah, Henry, you're just not ready today. They just throw you out the door.
Yeah.
Well, financial capacity, homeownership capacity says, hey, look, if you're not ready today, you work with a financial coach such as myself or somebody at another nonprofit, and we would take the steps necessary to get you ready. So that might be 12 months, it might be 24 months, but it's never just get out the door and don't come see us again until you're ready. We get you ready. So the idea is at the end of the time that you're ready, you will be able to walk into any bank again and get a finance. It's not one bank, but maybe an option of banks, right? So that's what we're looking to do. It's long term, but we also do have short term. That would be called pre-purchase. So anybody that's short term, we consider more pre-purchase. That's 3 to 6 months. Anybody that's pretty much 9 months or longer, we're going to consider them long term, and that would be ownership capacity.
Okay, now, is there a fee for this?
Man, I love that word free.
Right.
And this is all free. As I mentioned before, we are funded by Minnesota Housing, so that allows us to work with as many people as we want in the community at no charge.
See, I don't know about y'all. How many of y'all can afford free? Just like this page right now. Just like this status.
I like that page.
Do it, share it. I can afford free. That's my price range. So I really appreciate that. So that is a program where it doesn't matter the length. It can be long term or short term. So if it takes me up to 10 months, is it still free?
It is still free. We've had people be in the program shed for 3 years, have bought houses this past summer. It's the best thing they did.
So talking about buying homes, sir, how do I start my path on the home ownership?
Well, there could be 3 different ways. You could maybe connect with a realtor first, you could connect with a loan officer, you could connect with a nonprofit. The idea is that whoever you connect with, they should make sure you have had your credit report run. So you have a good idea what your score is, because that may affect where you end up in the long run. We would love for them to come to us first as the nonprofit, right? Because then we can maybe sit down with them and do a one-on-one session with them, see what their credit score is, review income, and kind of go over the loan process with them so they know that, hey, you're starting here at A and the idea is to get you to Z, but when you get to Z, you're getting the best program that's for you.
And see, that's the thing, man. I just love the fact that there are programs, and we don't know that, the community. There's some people who don't know that there's programs for us out there. We try to do things on our own. We say, well, I'm going to just pay this off. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to do this. Because I'm going to be honest with you, brother. There are a lot of people, including myself, has this thing called pride.
That is correct.
And we don't like to expose our finances or what we see, our shortcomings. But this is a great program to be able to do it. So swallow your pride, swallow whatever, so we can get you to home ownership. Now, another thing is, speaking of pride, let's talk about the credit score.
Yeah.
That's in everything. If you see it in jokes and movies, and it seems like you got to have a certain credit score to do anything.
I tell people all the time when we teach the first-time homebuyer classes, we also teach home stretch here at PPO, is you can actually buy a house with a 0 credit score shade. You could have no credit whatsoever. But if you do have credit, we shoot for a 640 or higher credit score. That gives you a lot of options when it comes to getting approved for a mortgage. So I tell people this all the time. Think about this. We pay rent. It doesn't appear in our credit report unless we have an unlawful detainer. We pay cell phones. It doesn't appear in our credit report unless we let that account go to collection. So it's really just teaching people the basics of what is credit that's going to be on your credit report, such as car loans, student loans. If you unfortunately have DirecTV or Dish and you don't pay that, that can hit your credit report. But all those things I mentioned that don't appear in your credit report, we can use in what we call non-traditional credit, which will still help you buy a house, but you have to have 12 to 24 months of a payment history of those to help you buy a house. But we shoot for a 640 or higher credit score. That will pretty much get you approved at any bank in this state.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. See, that's oh my God, the information that we are receiving here. And so, wait, I'm processing. So, 640 can get you into a home.
Technically, Shed, some lenders will go down to a 580 credit score. But we at PPL, Project Provided Living, try to get you to a 640 or higher. So I look at it like this, right? So if you were to go out to dinner, we go out to dinner after this, would you rather just have one option for your meal? Would you rather have 4 or 5 options for your meal?
A plethora. Like
Exactly.
A plethora.
Right? So we want to make sure that you have that.
Right.
We don't want you to just walk in the bank and the bank says you only can do this program. We want you to have options when you walk to the bank. So you can maybe go FHA, you can go conventional, you could also do what some banks have called CRA, which stands for Community Reinvestment Act. Some banks have to lend to our community because for a long time they weren't lending to our community. So they have special programs that can get you into the door, maybe less money down. And also one thing I love about certain programs, we can maybe get you into some programs with no mortgage insurance, which means we can help you also save on your monthly payment. So you're gonna have some clients that are actually paying $1,100 to $1,500 per month in rent, not knowing they can have that same payment for a mortgage.
Right. And see, and then the other thing, let's say I do all of that. Okay, I make sure everything is done, I do all of that, but in the process of me doing all of that to make sure that is fine, my money for down payment ain't, I don't have as much as I would like at that particular time, and that's what might discourage someone. What can be done in that situation?
So here's the myth, Shed, that a lot of people think you need 20% down. Right? So if you're buying a $200,000 house, a lot of people think you need $40,000. What if I told you I can get you into a house for $1,000?
I was about to cuss, but I ain't gonna do that because somebody be watching.
That's too good. That sounds too good to be true, right?
Yes, it does, sir.
Right, but I can probably get you into a house for a minimum of $1,000. A lot of these programs require a $1,000 investment by the buyers or the buyer, right? That could be $500 earnest money. That could be a $400 appraisal, and you get your home inspection. That's how simple it could be. Now, we recommend you have more money. We like for you to have somewhere between 3 to 5% saved up.
Okay.
But if you don't, that still will not stop you from getting in the door buying a house, because there's a lot of programs out there geared towards first-time home buyers that will give you assistance to buy that house. So that's another reason why we want you to come see the nonprofits first and work with you so we can give you that list of lenders that might help you get into a house for as little as, let me say this again, $1,000 out of your own pocket.
Let me tell y'all something. This is what knowledge is about. This is about sharing this information. I'm sitting here with Mr. Henry Rucker, Housing and Financial Coaching Coordinator. And the one thing that is the greatest thing about all of the videos that you've seen, and the one thing they always say, you have to go out and get the information. It's there. Utilize your resources. Now, you say that we have to go to a nonprofit. What are some good ones here? Let us know. So if I wanted to walk into a building and say, hey, I need help, what can I do to purchase a home?
Well, I gotta say, the first place I'd like for you to walk into is known as Project for Private Living, PPO, where I work. But we have also what we call the Homeownership Alliance, right? So it's a lot of organizations, nonprofits and banks. We have locally, we have PRG, we have Clues, we have NEDA, we have the Urban League. We have a different variety of organizations that are getting funding from different sources to help educate the community on how to buy a house. And I tell people all the time, even if you don't go on to buy a house, we would love you to, but we want you to be in a better position financially. Once you leave us and work with us, we want you to understand how you should really look at life long-term, finance-wise. I always teach people all the time, education is the key, right? If I don't show you the rules of the game, then you don't know how to play the game.
Boy, he sounded like professional. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is your boy Shed G, and I'm with Henry Rucker, the Housing and Financial coaching coordinator. And man, thank you so much for being here, for giving us this information. This is a great thing. So if you like this video, if you really got some good information, make sure you share it, tag your friends, tag everybody in it that you feel can benefit from this. I don't care. This is great information. And the only way we're going to be stronger as a community is if we help each other. And, you know, as you always say, knowledge is power, man. I appreciate you. This is Shay G and Friends. Thank you for tuning in. So, now let's do some more money here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.